We're at the Human Rights Watch Film Festival in London. I'm with Bettina Borgfeld, who's the co-director of Raising Resistance, a film about genetically modified soy and all its problems in Paraguay, Latin America. Bettina, you're German. How did you come to make this film?
Actually, the film started with a newspaper article about something completely different, about Indian farmers committing suicide. And there was genetically modified cotton was involved. Our perspective to the story was then that it was more a trade story and not so much, or economic story, not so much genetic engineering, but it brought us to the topic. And we saw that that it's not so much the failure of genetically modified seeds, which drive people out of their existence, small-scale farmers, or threatens them, but it's more the success. And through the research, we found that the story of genetically modified seeds, be it rice, or be it grain, or be it corn, or sugarcane, or soy, is repeated all over the world.
So this is more of a question of the age-old story of money driving small farmers off the land, but today it's told in Paraguay. How do you illustrate that in the film?
Yeah, in the film we see a little village living in a complete sea of soy. The main protagonist is saying it, and they are threatened in their existence. The soy is coming closer to them, or very close. The natural there's a distance by law which should be kept to on the border of the village. The soy farmers do not keep it. The spraying, this intensive, massive spraying of herbicides and pesticides is making their crops less, so they have failures in their crops, and also they are not really bearing it anymore. You know, when it's all around you, and so many people are leaving, and these villages are just facing severe. They don't have any future.
I mean, it's a pretty tough story. The view from Europe is sort of the same story happening again. What do the Paraguayans do in this instance, though? It's a slightly unusual reaction that we see from them.
Actually, they do what they can do. They do not have many choices. They try to stop tractors. They try to stop the farmers from sowing. In the little village, which is just surrounded by soy, they cannot really do much anymore. The farmers are becoming too big. Even so, they are stopping one tractor at one time, who is a smaller farmer. They try to do legal action, but they do not have the money for it. So they once go, in the end of our film, they go to the attorney or to the city where they can file a complaint. But in the end, they don't have the money to really pursue it. They just collect money for a bus ride. So how can you pay a lawyer? So it's all they try. Actually, they are a little bit on lost ground because they do not really have. It's a problem of poverty.
And I mean, we're watching the film here in London, in Europe. I mean, what can we do here, watching from afar Paraguay, all those kilometers away?
I think we can be much more aware about what we buy, what we do. The demand, the consumers' demand, is the seed for the story in Paraguay, because they just grow so much soy because we want it. We import 40 million tons about per year. It's all for animal feed. It's just our hunger for cheap meat, industrial produced meat, which makes the expansion, and also, okay, there's others like the Chinese also, but here in Europe we can be just more aware of what we do, and that the consumer has lots of strengths. Every single trip into the supermarket, into the shelf, is doing something.
Great. Thank you very much, Bettina. So we Europeans, watch what you're buying, watch what you eat, watch Raising Resistance perhaps as well. This is Patrick Chalmers with visionOntv signing off.